In today's To America's report, Ramadan, the holiest month of the year for Muslims, culminated earlier this week. It's a time of immense prayer and hope. But one prayer that has yet to be answered for Muslims living in Troy is their very own place of worship in the city they call home. Muslims there have been trying to establish a mosque for nearly a decade, but say they've been unfairly met with resistance. And in fact, a legal battle over one particular location began in 2018. But despite a court ruling in their favor, the fight isn't over. 7 Action News reporter Amira David has a closer look at the community's years-long plight to worship.
Troy, Michigan, the largest city in Oakland County, diverse ethnically and religiously. For 84,000 residents here, there are 56 places of worship, churches, temples, and a synagogue, but not a single mosque. This is Adam Community Center, the group that's long tried to change that. Today, I've been invited in to see their prayer space, which at the moment is tucked away in the basement of a real estate company that no longer meets their needs.
We outgrew it. We actually outgrew it years before.
On top of that, the steep stairs required to enter pose a problem for the group's aging members. Efforts, they say, stemming back to 2013 to expand into an alternative location were met with resistance. But they were hopeful in 2018.
We were able to get our hands on a nice location, ideal for our community.
They found this restaurant, already zoned for assembly use and big enough to host both prayer and social gatherings, that would simply require the green light from officials to be used religiously, a permission that had been granted to others, but was ultimately not granted to them.
Our communities should have been accommodated just as any other community, the Jewish community, the Christian community, the Hindu community.
The group alleging they were told by officials they were unlikely to find any suitable place within the city and to look elsewhere.
What did you think when you heard that?
I thought it was absurd, to be honest with you.
Amy Ducare is the lead attorney backing a 2018 lawsuit filed by the Adams Center claiming discrimination in zoning, the basis of a similar suit filed a year later by the Department of Justice. This March, a judge ruled in favor of the DOJ, but the victory met with cautious optimism. The city still won't clear the way for the building's use and now says it's considering an appeal.
People will pray here, so this is very big place.
Dr. Nurul Amin is one of 4 owners of this 20,000 square foot facility, fronting their own money to keep this building afloat as it sits idle nearly 4 years later.
Are you paying on this every day?
Yeah, we pay $10,000 mortgage every month.
And at least $4,000 more for utilities and maintenance.
I took from our 401k. These other people, they are taking from their business.
You're taking from your 401k to pay for the bills here?
Yeah.
Are you surprised that this space is still essentially unused?
I'm not surprised, I'm shocked, because why would the city do that? I have no idea.
The mayor of Troy writing in a March Facebook post that the city has, quote, a good faith belief that there were errors leading to the adverse decision.
What do you make of the setbacks?
Frustration and frustration.
It's hurtful to think that in this day and age, in a country where we're really founded on the idea of the freedom of religious expression and the freedom of religious assembly, that we cannot have a single place dedicated to Muslims who worship in a city where there are 3,000 to 4,000 Muslims who live and work on a daily basis.
Okay.
I'm Amira David, 7 Action News.
And the mayor of Troy has said on a number of occasions the city is not opposed to having a mosque in Troy. And the reason they haven't allowed the group to make use of the building is because they're waiting on a resolution on the suit by Adams Center seeking financial damages. The mayor telling us in a statement, if the parties are unable to reach a settlement due to monetary damage request, then the city will consider an appeal. We have their full statement on our webpage, WXYZ.com.